It's crazy what you wake up to when you realize who you've been sleeping with. Let me cook. Scripture warns that an unclean spirit leaves a man only to return and find the house empty, swept, and put in order. It then brings back 7 more wicked spirits to dwell there. You realize how crazy that is? That's crazy. So like every time you go back to that person that you keep thinking that's going to work, you collect a fraternity of demons just colonizing the silence, and they're louder than they were before. You keep going back because you're spiritually stuck from sexual sin. The church has taught us not to have sex before marriage. But why? See, when you only give rules without revelation, you create either rebellion or religious trauma. God didn't say wait to ruin pleasure. He said wait to protect the weight of covenants. A man will cleave, and the two shall become one flesh, right? We all know that. That phrase, one flesh, in Hebrew is, I don't know how to say the word. It is right there. It's not only physical, it's the language of bonding and union. God designed intimacy to seal a relationship that's already covered by him, because the union is powerful. Think of the Greek verb koleo, meaning to glue or to be welded. It's not just an act, it's attachment. Sex without covenant creates covenant level consequences. You are giving wife or husband level access to someone who has not taken on wife or husband level responsibility. You're opening your soul to someone who hasn't committed to protect it. And then when the relationship ends, you don't just lose the person, you lose your peace, your clarity, your confidence. Sometimes you even lose your ability to trust. That's why you feel stuck, even when it's toxic. The bond is deeper than logic. It becomes emotional, spiritual, and psychological. Desire is a persistent suitor that whispers in the dark, successfully blurring discernment and blinding wisdom until you call a red flag romantic fire, because your body can bond you to someone your future cannot handle. It's all a progression. Desire conceives, and then it gives birth to sin, and then sin grows into destruction. The enemy doesn't tempt you with what you hate. It tempts you with what you desire. And that's why boundaries are so important. That's why it's protection and not punishment. God's design is order. Covenant, then intimacy. Commitment, then access. Covering, then connection. Dating is to observe. Marriage is to submit. Y'all are just reversing the order. Stop doing that. When you understand the why, you don't get married out of guilt, pleasure, pregnancy, fear, finances, or long-standing friendship. You keep yourself from living with someone that you never truly discerned. That's not to keep you from pleasure, it's to keep you from pain. After a while, abstinence stops feeling like restriction and starts feeling like wisdom. God's not being a warden of control. He's a wall of cover, warning you of the weight of the world. Stop collecting. Start confessing.